Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Dahlia. I am here to do the tutorial for the folio that I did for Decorate Your Lives Design Team Project. This was for Happy Hearts Quilts. And yeah, I'm gonna go through this with you and we're gonna put another one together. And of course, I will leave all measurements. The cut guide will be in my description box below. We're going to do this in one go. And I already did pre-cut my pieces, but I have everything for you. And all I did was build my cover ahead of time, just to save some time. I will link the video down below on how I do the lay flat method. That's what I did here. And you're gonna need two chipboard, well, not chipboard, but cardboard pieces. And I just have my tools here. I have my scoreboards, my scissors, my little trash basket, my art glitter glue. But I use cereal boxes to build my covers. And by the time you layer everything, you're gonna see it comes out really sturdy. So don't be afraid to do that. You can do chipboard if you choose to, but this is a folio. So I cut two pieces of the cereal box to be 8 1/8 by 8 1/8. And for my spine, I cut a piece that's 8 1/8 by 1 inch. And then for this layering piece right here on top, I cut it to be 8 by 6. And then to frame my cover, you can use 12 by 12 and you don't have to piece it, but I did not have 12 by 12 cardstock of this gray. So what I did was I took two pieces together and with my 1/4 inch, I just lined it on the end and then meshed it together and just made sure, sorry, just tapped the camera. Just made sure that this seam was in the middle. But how I do my covers, I will attach that video down below. And then just to give it a finished look on the inside, that's where that 8 by 6 piece will sit right in the middle, and that's the cover. Okay? So for the left side, which is this side, I have a pocket, I have a waterfall, right? And the waterfall measures 6.5 by 6.5. And I did that so I can do horizontal or landscape pictures as well as portrait, which is the vertical. And then we have a flap that opens up. Okay, so that's what we're gonna build now. And to build the base pocket, because we're building on the pocket. Okay, here's my left side. You're going to need a piece that measures 7 by 9. You can take a snapshot of that, or you can go into my description box. So this is my left pocket. So on the 7-inch side, you're going to score a 1/2 inch. You're going to turn it around on the 9-inch side, score a 1/2 inch. Or you can score a 1/2 inch and at 8.5, or 1/2 inch, flip it around 1/2 inch. And we're just gonna miter these edges to reduce the bulk in the corner. Okay. And I just pre-did, you could do this with glue. I did it with score tape, but I'm also gonna add just a little bit of glue. Just wanna make sure this is bending correctly. Okay, and then we're just going to crease all of these seams and do a dry fit to make sure that, come on now, did I not score this enough? It just wants to turn on its own. Okay, so there we have that. And just want to make sure they're not touching. Okay. A good press. And you can take all the sides off. I don't trust myself. to do that. So this is going to come up right close to that edge, okay, without going over. So let me show you here. Here is the pocket almost to the edge, but not interfering. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to come up. I'm going to turn this around this way. Hopefully I'll stay in screen. And I see my edge there, and I'm going to come up and center it right in there without touching that pocket, without touching that seam. Okay, so there we have that. That's all in. Before I seal this pocket, I'm gonna grab some packing tape. This is an old trick. I don't want it to interfere with the photo mat that's gonna go in there. And I did not do this the way I normally do. Leave myself a little lip so I can grab it better. So now I have to fight with the tape a little bit. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Just when I think I'm prepared, I'm not really all that prepared. It's always something. All right. Now that I got to start, let me just clean up this edge on my tape. I'm going to toss this in my little trash basket here. And I just want to roughly measure how much I'm going to need. So it doesn't need to be the whole thing. Once you get it started, it slides right in after. And of course, I'm leaving all my fingerprints on this piece of tape. Okay, so there we have it. Just want to kind of put it in the center there. Just like that. And now, whatever I slide in and out of this pocket will not catch. It'll just slide right in. Just a little trick. It works for me. I do it when I can remember. And it's usually right on the next project, right after when I don't do it. Okay, so we're going to crease this. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. So there we have our pocket. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to build on top of this pocket. And on top of this pocket is going to be the flap. And the flap measures 7 by 8. And on the 7 inside, we're going to score a 1/2 inch. Okay. And this is going to be the piece that folds out. So this sits right on top of here. You want to make sure it's even, good dry fit. Make sure it's good. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to release just a little bit. I do see I have some leftover tape here. I don't want it to snag. I'm just going to cut that little excess tape off. I'm going to line it up again. Right? So that it fits flush. Good. And then I'm going to press it there, hold it, and just release my tape. So there is our front flap. Now you can add a magnet, but the weight of the photo mat will hold it down. So for the waterfall, you're going to need 4 pieces that measures 6.5 by 7. And we're also going to need a piece that measures 1.5 by 3.75. And that's going to be the piece that has the magnet that's going to hold it closed. So this is a small piece. And on the 3 3/4 inside, we're going to score a 1/2 inch. And we're going to put that off to the side. Now for the waterfalls, on the 7-inch side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch on all 4 pieces. And this is going to be what we build on. We have that one. We have this one. Okay. We have that one, and then the last one. Okay, so what we're building now is this piece right here. Okay, and we're gonna start at the top. Oh, sorry about the squeaky chair. I need to do some WD-40 or something, but then I wouldn't be a crafter if I didn't have a squeaky chair. All right, we're gonna pull this down, and I just want to make a dry fit, make sure it fits good. I'm going to do the same thing as I did on the other one. Just going to pull one piece off so I can align myself, and I'd like to turn it so I can see where my edge is. Right, edge to edge. Make sure I'm straight as I can be. Then I'll pinch it, hold it. Okay. That looks good. And then I'll release. Come in on this side and give it a good burnish. We're going to do the same thing for the next one. Okay. No, I'm going to do it this way. Okay. I'm going to butt it up as close to it as I can, but also making sure that my edges are straight, right? And close it, make sure it's good. Yes, okay. And then now, just want to give this a quick crease. I can pull the next piece off. Come in, give it a good burnish, and let's do the next one. This is really easy, it goes really fast. Okay, same thing, butt it up against it, line it up really well as you can, right? I like to close it to make sure I'm still aligned. It's looking good. Yep. Hold it, come back, give it a good press, and release. And then we're down to the last one. And this one, I think I reversed it. Let me just double check. Oh no, I flushed it straight down. You can reverse this and overlay that way. Yeah, I think that's what I did, because this way on the bottom, it gives you a clean finish and you don't see this seam. So we're gonna do exactly the same thing. I'm gonna measure it from the bottom. Make sure I am straight. Close it, make sure it's looking good, hold it, come back. I'm going to take a little piece of this off. I'm going to go this way, and then we're going to overlay that on top. And there is our waterfall. Just want to make sure it's going slanted. Give it the crease that it needs, keep it the way it needs to be. Okay, and then this piece we're going to come in with glue, and on the bottom here we're going to glue that there, and that will be our cover. So let's do that now. This goes together really quick. The left side goes very quickly. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not catching the flap. that I'm just staying underneath, and we're gonna mat this. So I'm gonna get it in the center-ish, right? That looks about right. And then we're going to press that down there. Hope I'm not going too fast, but you can always pause me. And then here, I'm gonna need a magnet and a magnet. And that's the left side. The photo mat that fits inside this pocket, I did 2. And they measure 7.5 by 7.5. And I also did 2 additional pieces to go in there that measures 4.5 by 6.5. And the reason why I did that is I wanted a little bit of a border around the picture. So 2 pieces, 4.5 by 6.5, and 1 piece, 7.5 by 7.5, and that's gonna go in this pocket. That's the photo mat for that, and then these 2 as well. You can put as many, as little, you can do them the same size, whatever you like, but those are the photo mats. Okay? All right, we're gonna move on to the right side. So for the right side, we have quite a lot going on here. So we have the part that opens up, that sits on top, right? Then we have a flip with another flip, and then we have a flip with another flip. Okay, the pocket's back here, and this is the part that we're building on. So let's do that. You're gonna need, and we're gonna take it piece by piece so there's no confusion. We're gonna need for the pocket, we're gonna need a piece that is 7 by 9, which is this one. And on the 7 inside, you're gonna score at 1/2 inch. You're gonna turn it. On the 9 inside, you'll score at 1/2 inch and 8.5, or you can do half, flip it, and half. And then we're gonna miter the corners to reduce the bulk, and we're gonna do exactly the same thing that we did on the left side. We're gonna do on the right for the pocket. I don't know why I have my glue uncovered. Okay. Do the same thing here. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm sorry, I just went straight into the tutorial. I did this album a couple of months ago, and Folio came out. Don't want to call it an album. All right, and we're gonna do exactly the same thing. We're gonna come up close to the edge. But first, we're gonna do a dry fit. I'm gonna turn this around so I can see it. I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. I'm gonna come in, make sure that it fits well in there and it's even and centered. I'm gonna hold it, and then I'm gonna release. Give it a good burnish, and then I'm gonna come in with that tape. I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. To make sure that it doesn't catch. Okay. This time less fingerprints. I'm gonna rest that there. I'm gonna burnish that down. Okay. You'd be surprised, guys. This is a game changer. I don't know why I don't remember all the time. All right, I'm going to turn this around now. And I'm going to release the sides. gonna hold it, make sure it's flushed, and just drop it down. Okay, give that a burnish. All right, so now to build the left part that's gonna flip out, we're gonna need a piece that measures 8 by 7 1/4. 8 by 7 1/4. We're gonna call that flap number 1. And then on the 7 1/4 inside, let me just make sure. Yes, we're gonna score at 1/2 inch, and then we're gonna score at 3/4 of an inch. That's gonna give us a 1/4 inch gusset, because there's gonna be a piece that goes in there, and then we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So again, 7 1/4 by 8. On the 7 1/4 inside, you're gonna score at 1/2 inch, and again at 3/4 of an inch. And you're gonna lay your score tape on the 1/2 inch side. This is going to be the piece that's going to fold over everything else, okay, and give you a gusset to build on. Okay. So here I'm going to fold this back, and this is the piece, the 1/2 inch side, that I'm going to drop right on top. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to take a little bit off of the tape. I did my dry fit. It fits well. I'm going to line it up, make sure it's nice and straight. Okay, right there. I'm going to give it a good press, hold it, and then I'm going to release the tape. And it looks bigger than this side because when you push that gusset back, it's going to even out. Okay, so there we have that. For flap number 2, which is going to go right on top of this, we're going to need a piece that is 8 by 7 inches. Okay, which is this one. 8 by 7 inches. And on the 7 inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch. And then we're going to give that a good burnish. I don't think I need my scissors anymore. And I do not need my ruler. This piece is going to sit right on top of the one that we just laid. Okay, so that's going to go there. This is a quick and easy folio, guys. Quick and easy. So I'm going to line this up, making sure I'm straight, making sure I'm within where I need to be. I'm going to pull that out. I knew it ripped. Let me grab the piece that was a little too rough. Here's the piece that's still behind. And grab that piece right out of there. And I'm going to give it a good burnish. We are almost done. So now, right, that's our gusset. We have our left with our pocket. We have this flip. And now we're going to do this flip. So for what's going to come in on this side, we're going to do almost exactly the same thing, but we're going to give ourselves a smaller gusset. So we're going to need a piece that is 8 by 7 1/8. Okay, 8 by 7 1/8. On the 7 1/8 inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, and you're going to score at 1/8 of an inch. Okay, that's going to give us that little gusset for the additional flap that's going to be in here. So let's get that going. And folding a 1/8 of an inch score is tricky. It's a little fiddly, but we're going to be able to do it. So we're going to come in here. As a matter of fact, Here's another trick for you. You can always get a ruler, line up on the edge of that score, and kind of give yourself that little start that you're gonna need to pull it over. So it'll give you a start. I have the wrong ruler though, but usually works. Okay, so there goes that. Sorry guys, I need to bring it to me so I can see the line. Okay, got it going. Got it going. Okay, all right, there we are. Okay, that's our 1/8 of an inch. Ooh, is it fiddly? Okay, we're gonna bring that back to the 1/2 inch, right? And pull all that back, make it flat. So we can lay it down on top of that pocket on the left side. Okay, making sure that it fits well, making sure I have no interference. Okay, looking good. So I'm gonna take a piece off. All right. We're going to come back in and we're going to do our dry fit. We did our dry fit. Now we're going to line ourselves up to the edge, nice and straight, or as straight as you can. Hold it and release the tape. Perfect. So now we have a 1/8 of an inch gusset. So I'm going to roll that back just to crease that gusset again. Right, it's gonna sit right in front. So we have that little lip right there. And for our last flap, we're gonna need a piece that measures 8 by 7. Okay, on the 7-inch side, we're gonna score a 1/2 inch. Okay. Give it a good crease. And this piece is going to go attached on the inside here. Okay, so this is the piece we just glued down to the pocket. Now we're going to do this one. And hopefully you can see I'm not out of frame. Okay, good. Just doing a dry fit, making sure I fall within the lines. I'm going to take a piece off, line myself up again, nice and straight ish. that's the favorite expression, ish. All right, I'm going to give that a good burnish. All right, there we have our flaps. This folds in. This sits here, this comes this way, and it sits right on top. So now we have our 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, and 1/8 of an inch. Okay, making sure that I am as straight. And you'll be surprised how many times I've come and recrease and crease just to make sure that the bends are good. Okay, all right. So now we're going to build on top of this left side, right? All these flaps that we just did, we're going to build on top. So for the top flap, the part that flips up, which is this one, okay, this one, you're going to need a piece that measures 6.5 by 6.5. So this is my top flap. 6.5 by 6.5. Doesn't matter which side, pick a side and score at 1/2 inch, right? Straight down. This piece is the one that's gonna go on top of here, right? Right there. So let's do that. I'm gonna flip this around so I can see my ends. And I'm going to do exactly the same as I've always done. Release a little small piece. I'm going to line myself up. I'm going to flatten this gusset out. And I'm going to line myself up, making sure I'm straight-ish. Give it a press. And then release the tape. So this is the part that flips up. For the part that flips down, I cut a piece at 6.5 by 5. And this is my bottom one. 6.5 by 5. And on the 5-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch. I think I used a spare. No, it's 6.5 by 5. Okay. We're going to release some of this tape, and this is going to be the piece that is on the bottom. Okay, so right here on the bottom, I'm going to flatten out that gusset. I'm going to line myself up, bottom and sides, bottom and sides. Okay, making sure I'm good. Yes. Okay, and then I'm going to release that tape. So you can do magnets on this if you want. I did a policy closure on mine. Now for the last piece, which is right here on the actual base of the pocket, I did a pocket down here. It looks like a double pocket, but it's a pocket. Okay. And for that piece, you're going to need a paper that measures 3 by 7.5. Okay. But that's 7.5. You're going to cut it a hair shorter. Not 1/8 of an inch shorter. Just a sliver off of it. Because our bases measure 7 inches and we don't want it to interfere. So here is my piece. On the 7 1/2 side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 7 inches. On the 3-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch. Now, my paper, I cut it slightly smaller, and you can see it's just like a hair, like a line. Okay? We're gonna miter the edges. This is the last piece that we're gonna put on, and then you can decorate to your heart's content. After this, all the hard part is done. The folio is built. School started today, and Loki's having a field day, barking at the little kids like they did something to him. Don't understand that little boy. Okay, so there we have that. We're going to turn to that page. So we're going to open and open. So we have one flap on each side, and we're going to build that pocket right here on the top of the pocket on the cover. And we're going to come in here and do a dry fit to make sure that we are not interfering with the closures. We are not interfering with the flaps or the gussets. So I'm going to take a little piece, release a little bit of it. I'm going to come in here, and I want to make sure I'm inside those score lines. Okay, that looks good. And then we're going to release the tape and burnish it down. We're going to do the same for the sides. And then we're going to roll that up. And there we have it. There we have it. This is the folio. Super easy. So I'm going to bring all these papers out again. That is the cover. Okay, this is the right side. Where did I move the left? Oh my goodness. See how quickly that happens to me. Oh my gosh, I didn't move anywhere. Guys, help me out. Did you see where I put it? These are the photo mats for the front and back covers. So let me just put that in there. It's probably oh, here goes the left side. So I'll just leave that there. This goes in here, along with that and that. So there we have, I cut 20. That's to cover all the places where my photos went. But there are the measurements for the front cover and the photo mats, the ones that go inside the cover pockets, as well as the ones to place on the pages. So those measures 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And what I mean by that is this will go here, right? And then I'll grab another one, and that will go this way. They're meant to fit right inside, and then I can use my scraps to decorate. So I cut 20 of those, and that also covers the ones on here and the ones on the big photo mats, if you want to do it the way I did. So here is the left side measurements one more time, if you want to take a screenshot. Okay. And then here is the right side. And there is the folio. There is the, that's how I did this one, how I put it together. And then you can decorate however you want. This one has a magnet. This one has a policy closure. You can add a magnet here if you choose to. I did a lot of chipboard, but all those photo mats, the measurements that I gave you is all for that. And for the, I think the big one as well. No. Maybe it's just all of this, but you'll have more than enough, or you can cut them as you need them. All right, my friends, I hope you found it useful. Let me know what you think. If it was easy, if I overcomplicated it, if I went too fast. Again, the paper that I did use is 65-pound cardstock, because once I start laying the decorative pieces on top of it, it's gonna stiffen up really well for me. And I am actually going to use one of Decorate Your Life, or two of Decorate Your Life's collections. She had an amazing sale in July, for Christmas in July. So this is Ice Winter Blue. And this collection went very well with the other one that I'm going to show you. So this is what I'm going to use. How pretty that is. I think I want that for my cover. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And as a secondary backup, in case I need it, I did print out Winter Plaid. This is her Winter Plaid digital, and it's in portrait. Look how pretty. I might use her. I don't know. I wanted this to decorate, as well as this one to decorate. Very, very pretty. Cute little sayings. Look at that. Let it snow. Isn't that pretty? But this is the one that I also printed to complement. And I think they go extremely well together. But yeah, like I told you, I did a lot. I purchased a lot of her winter digitals when she had that sale. It was amazing. I think it was like 8 or 9 of them. All right, everyone. So that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoy it. If you try it, please tag me. I would love to see how you put yours together. As always, stay blessed, stay healthy, and stay safe. And I will catch you at the next one. Take care now. Bye.